All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to, I'll name this segment later, GTG Spits That Grease, so on and so forth, title Forever in the Works. Actually, we do have a sponsor for this one, yet again, a frequent sponsor of our shows as of recent, Master Sparksies, big ups, and the title for today's show will be called The Cope Corner. I like that, and given if the title hasn't actually given me away yet, it's actually rather fitting. So big ups to Master Sparksies, and welcome to the Cope Corner. Not exactly the cut corner, we'll leave that for Officer Sanders, aka Jenna, but this will work pretty good. So, and big ups to everybody who leaves their recommendations. I'll get them in there, you know what I'm saying? Eventually they will all make them in there, sooner than later. Anywho, why are you guys here? So, DSP ends up rage quitting or wage quitting another game, no surprise there, and decides to get himself into some old school Street Fighter, reminiscing about his bullshit narrative about how he's so good at these games, or he has so much experience, or he was there for the birth of some of this stuff, which he was. But just because you were there for something doesn't mean that you're necessarily part of it, or you're relevant in that event, or within that event, if you will. In any case, DSP plays some Third Strike, that's whatever. And whatnot, we're mainly here to talk about Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I'll have something more extensive later where we'll actually go over some of his bullshit, because DSP messed up more than once, not just in gameplay, but in explanation as it pertains to glitching and stuff like that. The main one that I want to point out, but we'll speak on that later, is the difference between wave dashing and triangle jumping. And he basically, either he don't know what wave dashing is, or he basically mixed up wave dashing for triangle jumping, which is weird because he, quote unquote, is a Magneto player, so he should know the difference, and he really don't, according to his explanation. He doesn't actually know what wave dashing is. Silly motherfucker. Anyway, and like I said, he said he's been playing Marvel 2 for a long ass time, so he should know that, as well as wave dashing is in Marvel 3 as well. To be honest, but that's neither here nor there. In particular, what I want to talk about, not just the complete and utter ineptitudes of Darkside Phil and his fabricated and fraudulent FGC background, but really coming down to the idea that DSP, you're a placeholder, you're a stepping stone, you're a walking ATM. All those things that I've said about you was true, right? And it's more and more coming to fruition, and now we can go ahead and add turtle power to the list, to the prestigious list of people who ain't smoked your ass for free.
Our Friday night fights coming back. They will eventually, and likely it'll be a mix of old games like this, but I can't do it soon. Like next week, we've got a marathon going on and everything, so yeah, not anytime soon, but I do want to bring it back. Turtle power. It's turtle power.
Select your hero. Select your assist type. Select your assist type. Select your assist type.
But I bring back Street Fighter 4. Yak Almighty, I haven't played Street Fighter 4 in so long, and I never played the last versions of Street Fighter 4, so I don't even know how it plays at the end. Like, I literally don't. Is this guy gonna play? Wow. Well, this is a waste of time. Gee, I'm so glad I booted the game, huh? You better hurry up. Time's gonna run out. There's a timer on this. Okay, there he goes. He picked a serious team. He picked the actual serious team, so might get fucked up here. We'll see. Oh my god, I hit the button when I was trying to mash. That's lame. I blocked. You saw it skipped frames? I blocked and it hit me anyway. Look what just happened. Look, it's skipping frames. There's no way to block because it skips frames. Are you kidding me? Wow. Magneto. It literally skipped the frame, so he got free hits at the end with Magneto. That is that online. This is why no one wants to play this online anymore. You see how bad that was? It teleported all over. There was nothing I could do about it at all. I'm serious. Like, there's nothing you can do when that happens. You're fucked. That was terrible. Wow. Wow. That's pretty awful. He only won because the game created unblockables with Magneto at the end. Holy shit.
You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, you would think, you know, Chris G with his 13-0 situation. Justin in CVS 2 cleaning his ass up for free. Then you obviously can throw your Goji tanks in there, your evil AJs, your nephews when he cleaned them up. He didn't even fight against Snake Eyes. And honestly, he did that to try to, like, low-key shit on Snake Eyes, and it didn't even work that way. Which hints the reason why I think Snake Eyes may have gotten rid of that stream. But that's neither here nor there. He may have ended up putting it back up later. Anyway, Turtle Power ends up entering this this almost dreadfully prestigious group because no one wants to be associated with Darkseid Phil. Of guys who put you down like a fucking dog because like a just a ravenous rabies-filled dog because it needed to happen. Like, he didn't take you seriously. Like I think who was that? Repsies? I think they actually have their version of it, right? And it has basically a combination of has a combination of Turtle Power and DSP, the commentary part of it at the very least. And I think you can see Turtle Power's inputs. And it's very clear that Turtle Power wasn't taking him seriously. He was just toying with him. You know what I'm saying? He was having a good time with it, which makes sense because it was done to keep DSP playing longer. Just like what they used to do to him back in his walking ATM days when he was running around money matching all these people in Marvel 2 and getting cleaned up left and right. They only needed to keep him there long enough to keep him playing. If they kept him playing, he was gonna feel the need to shell out more money, and that's exactly what his ass did. And this was no different. Like, we basically saw someone 10-0 DSP. That's not particularly surprising. In basically almost an amusing sort of way. Basically, Turtle Power was saying, yeah, you know, don't worry, man, you're a former Evo champ, bro. You're a former Evo champ. Almost mocking him unless he really believes that. But in particular, DSP kept exposing himself over and over and over again. Now, DSP has an interesting cope where he says that, oh, I didn't pick my main team. This was just a joke team. That joke team, by the way, being Magneto. So if Turtle Power was really, you know, lag abusing, DSP should theoretically be able to do it too, because he is running Magneto. Tronbon, only because her assist is broken as shit, her projectile assist, and takes ridiculous damage for no reason, which is actually a glitch. It's available to everybody, but it is a glitch. And it shouldn't take that much damage. And then BB Hood, who has probably the fastest startup super in the game. So it's not like DSP was just out there, whatever. He's running around with a bunch of gimmicks, quote unquote, exploits too, despite the fact that two of the members of his team are like low tier, maybe even low mid tier, something like that.
So every time he attacks with Magneto, the game skips frames. I can't block. I lose. I'm serious. Like, there's nothing I can do there. I just switch sides to hit me anyway. That's it. How many frames it's skipping? Yo, it's impossible to play this game online. It's legit impossible to play because every time he dashes with Magneto, it's a free hit. The game is dropping frames. Nothing can be done. Yeah, wow. The game is completely awful. It's 100% rush down offense, and you can't block it because it skips every frame where it should be hitting, so you can't block it at all. It just hits. It hits no matter what. But absolutely pathetic fucking version of this game. And this is what I said when they announced this collection, too. I was like, dude, they put rollback netcode with Marvel. All that's going to happen is it's going to skip frames and you can't defend against any of it. It's just going to become free hit after free hit, and that's exactly what it is. You can't do shit. You just lose every game. Wow. That is absolutely fucking pathetic. What a disrespect to people who play this fucking game and know what they're doing, and then this is what they put out. And wow. What is going on? It did it again. He dashed, he changed colors, which isn't in the game. When Magneto is air dashing, he's freezing and changing colors. That's a glitch. That indicates the game is broken. When that happens, it literally means the game's unplayable. Every time that the characters are freezing and absorbing colors, it means the game doesn't work. This guy fucking sucks. Like, no lie, he only hits me when he air dashes with Magneto. He does a dash with Magneto and it's unblockable. This guy's fucking terrible. All you can hit me with is fucking dashing with Magneto because the game lags? You're a fucking idiot. Wow, and this is what they got playing this fucking game online. This guy's a warlord, huh? What an asshole. Don't ask me what just happened because I was pressing a button. Nothing. Give me nothing at all.
So it is what it was. If DSP wanted to play a serious team, which he could have ran Team Santhrax, which is Storm, Sentinel, Commando, but he's not very good with that. Or he could have ran Magneto, Storm. He could have probably ran Magneto, Storm, Tron, or Magneto, Sentinel, Tron, but it doesn't matter. He's garbage with all those teams anyway. Up against someone who knows what they're doing, he's garbage. He didn't want to play any of those guys, any of those teams, because he knew he would never be able to own up to what Turner Power was doing. He was never going to be able to fight him off. That's why he stayed with the gimmick team for as long as he did, basically till the end, because he could always use that as an excuse. Because I want you guys to really think about this. Turner Power beat him 10 straight. You didn't think once about switching off to another team? You just stayed with the same bullshit? You know what I'm saying? It sounds to me, and what, because I haven't seen all the matches, it sounds to me that you only stuck with that quote-unquote joke team because you knew if you brought the other teams out, they were going to get demolished even easier. You had no business playing those teams anyway. So that's my thoughts on that. But realistically, and the point of this whole video is DSP has yet again proven that he's nothing more than a stepping stone. He is not even really a gatekeeper, so to speak. He's really just a stepping stone. He's just someone there to help get some of the younger guys coming up and basically giving them practice, if you will, combo dummy type shit, training dummy type shit, and then allow them to elevate. And there are guys like that in the FGC. They're not terrible, but they're never going to be upper echelon. They're good players, and that's it. DSP is not a good player, but DSP is, you know what I'm saying? They're on, like, that's kind of, they have that status. They're never going to win a tournament, to be honest with you, but they're well liked in the community, and they provide a service. You know what I'm saying? And there's no real, you know, it's basically gatekeeping, so to speak. And there's really no shame in that, but DSP believes that he's so much more than that. But he can't show up when he needs to show up. And truth be told, he's bad. I'd say, honestly, he's bad easily 80-85% of the time anyway. Unless you're a noob or a scrub, DSP is not a threat to you. Just calling spade a spade. Every player who's good, great, or just, you know, literally on your pro level type, DSP is not a threat to none of them. Out of a race to 10, they may scrape one victory off of him, and then that's it. It's gonna be a wash from there on out.
Look, yo, the moment Magneto comes out, the game stops working. Are you fucking kidding me? Yo, you're pathetic. You're absolutely pathetic. The moment Magneto comes out, the game stops working, and immediately he gets a combo. Oh my god. The era of online play for modern fighting games, yo, modern fighting games, this is so bad. You can't play classic fighters. This guy is fucking atrocious. He literally hits me every time when I'm doing nothing with Magneto. It just hits no matter what. Fuck this guy. Wow, man. I mean, seriously, wow, this guy is fucking something else. I'm just gonna pick my joke team. Fuck this guy. I don't even care anymore. What a shitbag. You are the definition of a shitbag. You only beat me with Magneto, that's it. Can't, it's skipping frames. There's no way I can block it because it skips the frame. Oh my god. Okay, nothing can be done. He's gonna combo me now, yep. Dude, someone tell this guy he's a fucking horrible scrub, and the only reason he gets a single hit on me is because it skips frames when he plays Magneto. Look, I can't block. It's unplayable. This guy's a fucking shithead. Why? And he's a I'm a warlord, bro. I'm a fucking warlord, bro. You're a fucking bitch. You're a cocksucking bitch. You suck at this game. You only hit me because the game teleports when you play Magneto. What a piece of shit. Wow. Seriously, every single time that he hits me, it's Magneto. Teleport, teleport, teleport. No frames to block. It drops the frame. You fucking suck, dude. Oh my god. Suck the fucking dick, bitch. God damn, you suck.
You know, pure and simple. If you look at the Turtle Power gameplay, in a lot of ways, it felt like Chris G all over again, just like it felt like the Justin Wong situation all over again, that the dude already had him downloaded. It was just a matter of basically just messing with him and seeing what works and what don't. DSP was never a threat to that guy at all. And DSP's excuses, which I'll try to have some of those things inserted in this as we go along, kind of proves it. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I mean by DSP being a gatekeeper. And as it pertains to gatekeeping, I should say, especially as it pertains to the FGC, it's not necessarily, it shouldn't be looked at in particular like a negative thing, because you are just that. You're a stepping stone. You're the one who keeps the scrubs and noobs from progressing. Well, you prevent them from advancing until they actually progress. You know what I'm saying? So this way, none of the bullshit, you know, cheap stuff actually is allowed to kind of skirt on by. You're there to kind of keep them honest within whatever your level of skill is. And there are plenty of guys who are glorified for that, or at least highly respected for that. That's the role DSP was always meant to play. His skill level kind of demands it, even though, honestly, he may not even be good enough for that. He may not be good enough to be a gatekeeper, not only in the current FGC, but even back in his own day. Maybe he is just only meant to and was always destined to be, so to speak, a walking combo dummy / walking ATM. That might just be his role. There's a lot of guys like that. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You take it for what it is. Well, anyway, after 20 plus years, or over almost 20 years of him being almost expelled. Yeah, it's been almost 20 years since he either left the FGC or was expelled, however you want to look at that. He seems to still be providing the service of being a combo dummy, to be honest with you, and I think that should be applauded. And I mean that absolutely seriously. That's all he can really do anyway. He can't fight back. That's why he was sitting there calling him ball sucker and all this fucking, all that nonsense. He was talking all that shit because he couldn't fight back in any other way. And he doesn't even know who Turtle Power is, which is crazy because, well, DSP isn't a fan of the FGC. He's just a fan of the well-known people in the FGC. But Turtle Power has been around for a minute, and I don't know if that dude has a background in Street Fighter 4 or Super Turbo. I feel like it's one of the two. It may even be both, as well as Marvel. He's probably more well-known for Marvel. But I'm pretty confident he's played Super Turbo at one time or another, and he might have played 4. So, to be honest, what I'm trying to say is he's not some noob or some scrub that DSP thinks he can just talk shit to. And he can snort angrily into the ether, if you will, and there's not going to be any repercussions behind it. But then again, there doesn't need to be. Him getting bodied the way he did, that made Turtle Power's night. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's going to be some people bigging upping him. That's all that really needs to happen, to be honest with you.
Anything, I'm holding back. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, this guy's fucking terrible. What a piece of shit. You fucking suck shit, dude. Warlord. Yeah, Warlord. Wow, look at that. Oh, no, I don't get 2 low kicks. It didn't give them to me. I did 2 low kick super. That would have killed Sentinel. It doesn't give them to me. Wow, dude. Yo, fuck this guy. You stupid bitch shit. You shithead fucking ball sucker. You fucking ball sucker. Ball sucker. Yo, he literally wins because it fucking doesn't work. His connection is shit. And he does cheap shit that you can't do anything about. And he thinks he's a warlord. You're a scrub. This guy is like a common scrub from back in the day. But he plays online and he gets away with shit. What a loser. Ball sucker. Suck my fucking balls, dude. Oh my god. Pathetic player.
Is ended. Ready to keep butt.
Dude, can't block it. You can't block it. Yo, ball sucker. How many testes can you fit in your mouth at once, you fucking lag-abusing idiot? What a terrible fucking player. What a ball sucker. Can't even mash out of it online. Doesn't work. He gets infinite combo, essentially. Yep, I can mash out of that on offline. Doesn't work online. Nope. Nothing. Huh? I didn't even do anything. He hit me with hypergraph. Ball sucker. Oh my god. Unreal. I'd like to get 1 win on him, but I'm not going to. This is why it's unplayable online. This is why everyone stopped playing it. When they realized that the rushdown just teleports the game and you can't block anything, everyone gave up. And for good reason. Why would you want to play the game where you can't play it like it's meant to be played because the game just fucking lags to shit and teleports all around? It's just a waste of your fucking time. Stop playing it.
Is ended. Ready to keep butt.
Yet again, DSP has proven yet again that he's not the elder statesman that he feels he should be looked at or be acknowledged for. And the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? Despite, you know, even though this narrative has slowly but surely diminished, thank goodness, DSP is not good at fighting games. He never was. He was devoted to Super Turbo, and more importantly, he was devoted to a stupid little port for the PS1 of Super Turbo. That's it. He's never been anything else, and he'll never be anything else. He's never been shit, he'll never be shit, to be honest. And it's the way of the world. It's rather fitting, to be honest with you. And it doesn't need to be any more than that. Some people are just born losers. And it is what it is. Now, we could sit here and debate back and forth. Oh, well, DSP could be good if he would take himself seriously, if he had some self-realization and had a real understanding of what his skill level is, yada, 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 yada. And no, to be honest, no, not at all. DSP is fundamentally bad at pretty much everything he does, and it's like that for a reason. The only reason why we put an emphasis on his FGC stuff is for him. That is the peak of his life, essentially. It's the highest he's was ever able to get. He'll never get any higher than that. End of story. And now in the digital age, you know what I'm saying? Even though, yet again, he's like almost 20 years removed from the FGC, almost, he still hasn't progressed. He still hasn't gotten any better. These guys are whooping him damn near for free. And some of those noobs and scrubs he beat up the other night, eventually those guys are going to come back and they're going to be either stronger, smarter, or they're going to have better strategies coming through. In the story, what does DSP have? Reactions and reflexes. Well, actually, he doesn't even have that, but that's what he relies on. His reaction time. You're online. There's going to be issues with that. Reflexes is a joke. And then him, to be honest with you, as it pertains to Turtle Power, or any Marvel player who's worth their salt, if DSP did play them on land, DSP would still get beat. Because if you look at DSP's facial expression during some of these beatdowns, he saw shit that he had never seen before. But see, that's the part that don't make no sense to me. How is it that you're supposedly someone who was entrenched into the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 community, right? And dude was hitting you with, he was hitting you kind of with like basic shit. And the reason why that was, and this is no crack against Turtle Power, because he didn't have to hit you with the advanced shit because you can't deal with this. There's levels to this shit. And he was hitting you with some pretty good stuff, to be honest with you. But like, even then, like most of your basic Magneto players can do that. That's some of the stuff that you learn how to do as you advance. I've seen Turtle Power go up against real comp. You can find it on YouTube. You can see the real killer that Turtle Power is when he's going up against real comp, people who are a real threat. Not you. You were, you know what I'm saying? You were just 10 easy matches to just buy time, if you will. You know what I'm saying? You were just a combo dummy for him to warm up on while he waits for the real competition to come through. And that's all you were.
Yep. Nothing you could do. I'm using an assist character as a point. I don't know what just happened. I didn't even do anything. When I came in, I was holding back, and he hit me. I didn't even do a fucking input. Nope. That's what he just did is impossible. I was in the air doing a roundhouse. He dashed forward. Whoa, that's not what I did. He dashed forward, and it gave him a hit on the ground like a ground combo, even though I was doing an air roundhouse, and I wasn't on the ground to be hit by a ground combo. Unbelievable. I couldn't move. He's gonna chip me to death. I can't do anything. Yep, I'm done. He just chips me because he knows he can't win. I did it right there. I did mine. I had him beat. That was it. If I hit him there, I won. And it didn't come out. I had him. See what I mean? I outplay him the entire game. Anytime that it's head-to-head, I'm outplaying him. The only time he beats me is when he uses the abuse of the netcode, and then he gets free hits. So when he couldn't do it, he almost lost the fucking match. And he only won because he got lucky at the end. I push blocked properly and did my Viper Beam, and it didn't give it to me. I literally had it won. So unreal. This guy is actually atrociously fucking bad. He's a shit player. That's pathetic. Come on, guys. Support the stream. We got 2 things I got to shout out, but let's get some last minute support because this is it after this set.
And the way DSP was spitting all his vitriol and shit kind of proves it. It kind of proves that DSP knew that. He was just there to be a combo dummy. He was a placeholder until a much more worthy and hopefully a much more competent competitor popped up. End the story. I find it rather befitting, to be honest with you. So, like I said, we'll go over that. I'll go over that in length, probably later on today or something like that. But I did want to put this out just because, like I said, I'll have some of DSP's ranting thrown in there, thrown throughout this, just so you can hear it, because, you know, we all need a little bit of salt. Not a lot, a little bit of salt. You know what I'm saying? And our boy TP there, Turtle Power, was saying that he needed some extra salt for his steak. So, you know, it is what it is. But I think as DSP plays more and more of these retro shits, not retro shits, but these retro games, you're going to see him get exposed more and more. And I'm all for it, because he's already washed in Street Fighter 6. But then again, saying that he's washed would mean that he was actually something in the first place. And he wasn't. As it pertains to these retro fighting games or whatever, or old school fighting games, I want to see him get cleaned up. I want him to walk into or go up against these people who are actually competent, who actually know what the fuck they're doing, and I want to see them toy with him and then discard him. And that's it. And like I said, it's not even really about building name, about getting a buzz or whatever. There's obviously some detractor, troll, hater, or critic that's going to make a compilation video of all those losses. So that gets their name out there, you know what I'm saying, in some way, shape, or form. I think that in itself is worth it. And for DSP, it's just another quote unquote crack in the already depleting armor that he's already wearing, you know what I'm saying? Decrepit armor that he's walking around with. DSP was never shit. He was never shit then, and he's not shit now, and it only proves it. You know what I'm saying? How is it that everybody else has gotten better with age and DSP is just kind of falling by the wayside? But yet again, he's still providing a service. He's allowing some of these younger players, right, or these, you know, semi well-known players, he's being he's a walking billboard. Like, hey, this guy right here, Darkside Phil's a scrub. Go over there and play him first to 10 and see what happens. Why not? Why not? It's almost like, sadly, it's almost like a badge of honor cleaning DSP up that easy. So anyway, that's just my initial thoughts on it and whatnot. I was happy to see it. I was happy to see it. DSP had no business. He has no business playing none of those games anyway. Stick to your fucking walking sims and be done with it. The FGC left you behind for a reason. And you yourself didn't do anything to try to keep up or try to maintain what little you had. You got beat up by Evil AJ. You got beat up by, you know, Lady Gambit, by Ryu Walks Alone, by Goji Tanks, by Piece of Peace, you know what I'm saying, by Raw Phil. Like, you got stomped. You got stomped by a bunch of people who were only out there playing casually, like really casually. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got beat up with. Well, that's who you got beat up by, I should say. Like, how are you going to compete with any of these cats that are really on the circuit, that really stream this shit daily and are really about that?
Well, of course he's going to do that because he has unlimited levels, because he had a chance to build them up because the game fucking lags the shit. Look! Nothing. The ultimate lag player. No super. Yeah, I can't do anything. He's gonna run away like a bitch. It's hilarious how I outplay him one-on-one with an assist character. I'm outplaying his runaway Cable Sentinel with Solo Tron. I'm outplaying him. That's hilarious. I still didn't get a corner combo. How many times I threw him in the corner? It's just low kick, standing medium kick, super. It never gave it to me because the game lags so bad. So that's the level of people playing these collections. They're awful. The guy fucking literally abuses lag, teleports all over the place. You can't block anything he does. Fucking nonsense running away like a coward and bitch ball sucker online. And he's a warlord. He's like the best player in this game. He's actually the worst. He's literally fucking terrible. I would spank that motherfucker 10 games out of 10 offline, but he abuses the code and gets away with it. And look at how many wins he has. What a fucking loser. Really. All right, well, 2 shout-outs. There was the Deer Hunter for $5. Thanks for the super chat. And then there was Abdullah with a $7.29 super chat, which I have to convert. Which is $2. Yeah, that's hilarious. I'm beating his ass with fucking Tronbon. Solo Tronbon. He has no idea how to fight against her. All he knows how to do is play online and fucking abuse lag. Well, what I would like to do is bring this into the fold, these retro games, because now I have all the collections, and maybe every once in a while do like a Friday Night Fights where we play the old Street Fighter games. But the thing is, right now I'm like booked. Like, we're busy for the next couple of weeks. Maybe sometime in May, we can bring in retro fighters on the regular. Okay? All right, well, impromptu hour. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Sorry, I would have done a full night of it if I had known what was going to happen earlier. It is what it is. But, thanks to those who were here and did watch. I appreciate it. Okay. That's pretty impressive ball sucking by that fucking player. Like, seriously, that's, you know, like, just to prove that he has no idea how to play the game, and he's the highest ranked dude because he abuses the game online. It's pretty bad. Okay. Well, this really sucks, guys. Here's why. At the very least, I'm not going to waste any more time on Crimson Desert. Thankfully, I'm done with.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you were never going to be a contender at all. You were a contestant. You were a guy they picked up out of the fucking stand, and they allowed you to get, they allowed you to touch the stage for a minute. And more often than not, you failed. So it only made sense that you're at where you're at. You were never going to evolve past it. And in the, like I said, X amount of years that you've been out of the FGC, you've proved it. Everybody else is in 2026. You're still fucking back in 2005, 2003. And it shows. It literally shows. I don't know if Turtle Power had actually said it, but I swore in the Repsy rendition, they caught it to where he said, like, does this dude even play Street Fighter? Does he even know what he's doing? Does he even know what's going on? And the answer is, ladies and gentlemen, that no. DSP don't. He's so caught up in his own reality and his own delusion. Doesn't give a shit about what's going on. He doesn't give a fuck about what's happening. He's only concerned about what should be happening. That's what's going on in his favor. And yet again, all the bitching and complaining he did between rounds, it's the only way he could fight back. And even then it didn't matter. So take of that what you will. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys for the next one of these, whenever that may be, hopefully sooner than later. I'll use this one again because I realized that the insert didn't play. So I'll put I'll use the Cope Corner again so I can give it the proper respect it deserves with the lower third. But big ups to everybody, big ups to Master Sparksies, big ups to all y'all. And I'll catch you guys for the next one, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll catch you for the next one. And for you, Phil, keep on fighting. If you even want to call what you do as fighting, but keep on fighting, my guy. Sooner than later, they'll acknowledge you for something. Sooner than later, you'll make it into the FGC/Evo Hall of Fame. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're never gonna get acknowledged. No one needs to acknowledge you. You're trash. You're garbage. There's a reason why they left you where they left you. All right, people, take care of yourselves. Later.